Good afternoon, and thank you to the Ohio Association of College Admission Counselors session. It's a college fair day with Seton Hill University, and today we have Allison with us. So students, just a reminder that this session will be taped, but you have the ability of asking questions and through the Q&A button. If you type your question, Allison will be able to answer that for you, and she will let you know how she's going to handle questions and answers. But do remember this is taped, and so if you are attending and you can't remember everything that she shared with you, you can have friends and family review this later. We really appreciate that you're attending this session today, and I will talk to you in 45 minutes or less. Thanks, Allison.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. My name is Allison Sasso, but I'll be honest with you, nobody calls me Allison. Everybody calls me Allie. So you're joined today with a new friend. Welcome. Thank you for your time, for joining me today on this lovely Wednesday afternoon. It's a great day. Seton Hill University, that's who I work for. I'm a regional representative. And I'm going to get started just playing a very quick video for you. Oh, maybe I am.
When choosing a college, I wanted a school that moved me forward. At Seton Hill University, I'm a part of a welcoming community that celebrates a long history of preparing students to transform the world. With small class sizes and easy access to scholarships and aid, Seton Hill gives me the confidence, skills, and opportunities to take my future into my own hands. Plus, with an award-winning career services center right here on campus, I know I'll be supported, both as a student and after I graduate in whatever path I choose. Are you ready to move forward?
So just a kind of a quick video just to get us started. If it is okay, if we can hold all questions to the end, I am a chatty Cathy, so I'd be happy to talk and verbally or in the chat box answer any questions that you may have. Looking at the picture here, this is Seton Hill's campus. We are located in the Laurel Highlands. We're about 35 miles outside of Pittsburgh and 35 miles outside of the Laurel Highlands region. But this is campus, and a lot of students, when looking at it, refer to us as kind of like a Harry Potter looking school. So if you were thinking that upon looking at the picture, you wouldn't be the first student to say that. And ironically, with the Harry Potter theme, we actually offer Quidditch is a recreational sport on campus, so it's kind of cool. Let's move along here. About Seton Hill, the picture on the left-hand side, that is a picture of a tree-lined driveway. So if you can imagine, obviously the name Seton Hill University, we're on top of a hill, but this is the tree-lined driveway. Those are sycamore trees. And at one point we had like 109, and each of the classes had planted these trees. And it is so beautiful this time of the year with the reds and the yellows and the orange. It's such a beautiful drive up to campus that oftentimes you'll see like weddings being their pictures taken because it's so beautiful. So hopefully if you ever want to come visit us, you get to check out that driveway. Seton Hill, we were founded by the Sisters of Charity 100 years ago. We are a Catholic rooted school, but one of the common questions that we get is, do you have to be Catholic to go here? And the answer is absolutely not. We are a smaller campus. We have about 2,000 students, and that's undergrad and graduate students and international students and transfers. So what that means is that our classroom sizes are relatively small. We have about a 14-to-1 student-teacher ratio. So what that means, a lot of times when you hear 14-to-1, you're like, what is that? So that means if you were in a classroom, say for example, I don't know, communication class, there would be 14 students and 1 instructor. Now instructors at Seton Hill, we don't have any teaching assistants or GAs or anything like that teaching. The majority of our professors are tenured here as well. Seton Hill, I brought this up before about the Laurel Highlands, and you saw those pictures. We have 200 wooden acres surrounding our campus, which is really, really nice. Besides those sycamore trees, there's pine trees, there's deer, there's fields. Oftentimes you'll see students in between 2 trees. They've got those new type of hammock things hanging up, so students will be hanging there with their earbuds in, kind of studying, which is really nice. We are located in downtown Greensburg, and Greensburg is a suburb of Pittsburgh. So close by, we have a whole bunch of different restaurants, the name brand restaurants like the Chick-fil-A and Panera and Five Guys and Texas Roadhouse. Also in and around the area, we have a Walmart and Target and stuff like that. We have 80 different majors at Seton Hill, and the bullet points here that you see are the different schools. We have the School of Natural Health Sciences, so if you're looking for a major within nursing or physician's assistant or biology. We have the School of Visual Performing Arts, so if you're one of our art or theater or music or dancers. We have the School of Humanities and School of Business, School of Education, and Applied Social Sciences. We are a liberal arts university. So a lot of students kind of make a face and say, what's a liberal arts university? And basically that's when you are taking classes outside of your major. So you'll have your core, for example, if you're a business major, you'll have your core business classes, but then you have your liberal arts, you have your Englishes and your sciences and your math. With a religious affiliated school, there's 2 religion courses that you have to take. You also have to take an artistic expression and a language art. So it's kind of, what's really kind of neat is these classes that you're taking outside your major, it's just kind of making you a different type of thinker. It's getting you experience into something that maybe that you're not comfortable with, you know, just to kind of be a well-rounded thinker. Kind of moving along here. Again, there's a picture of campus, very Hogwarts looking. We are an Apple Distinguished School. And what that means is that all of our students, full-time students, receive a Macbook Air, which is really nice. So kind of when we were looking at this program, you know, students have different types of phones and computers and tablets. So we want to make sure that all of our students at Seton Hill have the exact same technology. So you will receive that MacBook and you'll get to leave with it whenever you graduate. We also have a solution center on campus. So if you are like me that has a tendency to break anything technology, whether it's my phone or my computer, you're able to go to the solution center and they'll help you out with whatever issue that you are having. We are voted the best regional university by World News Report, and we also are a college of this distinction as well. We are a military-friendly school, and what that means is that if you have a parent or guardian that is within the military that has any type of benefits, whether that's yellow ribbon or chapter 33 or 31, we're able to help with those benefits. But we also have an ROTC program through the Army. So a lot of students have questions on, hey, I want to get into the armed services, but I need some assistance with my tuition. Do you guys have ROTC? And we do. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'd be happy to help. Your career. We've got some numbers here on our infographics here, which are really important to us. We hold a 98% career and graduate school placement rate. So what that means is that if you think of a class of 100 students graduating, 98 of those either have a job lined up or they're going to graduate school. So we're really proud of that. And that happens, that percentage, is because we start off on the freshman year. So freshmen start off by building a resume. And you might be thinking, well, I'm a freshman, I don't have a whole lot of stuff to put on my resume, and that's okay. But we're helping by picking different types of classes. Before moving into your sophomore year, we were kind of building on some more, I don't know, a little bit more difficult classes. You're starting to get involved on campus in different clubs. And then by your junior year, you're having those internships, and then your senior year. So you kind of get, so it's kind of that building effect. We have the Career Services Center on campus, and this center is able to help with job placements, with finding internships, with learning how to dress for an interview, how to answer interview questions, you know what I mean, stuff like that. And you have this service really throughout your life. So as an alumni of Seton Hill, if at any point in time you decide to do a career change and you're thinking, oh, I might need a little bit of help with finding a job, you're able to, you know, come back on campus or shoot us an email and we can help. The first school is the School of Business. We hold an IACBE accreditation, and we also hold the Business College of Distinction and the Wuki Center for Entrepreneurial Studies. And I'm not really big on accreditations and distinctions and stuff like that, but I'm going to talk to you about the Wuki Center. The Wuki Center is a center on campus that assists students that are looking to become entrepreneurs. So they will help with elevator pitches, with making up business models, business development plans. You kind of get what I'm saying, so that they're able to help. Within the School of Business, here's some of the majors. If you were interested in accounting, a lot of students interested in business, whether that's, you know, and the specializations are right there: marketing, human resources, international business. We also offer communications, data analytics, and sports management. Within the School of Education and Applied Social Sciences, this is really within the field if you're looking to become a teacher, or if you're looking to hold on to perhaps a teaching certification. And you can see the accreditation again for the Council of Social Work, and then we also have the NACE accreditation. But the picture on the left-hand side I wanted to point out is our Child Development Center on campus. So we do have a preschool, which is really kind of nice. And that is a student, one of the Seton Hill students, whether it's an education major or perhaps one of our students that's just, I don't know, really interested in being around younger kids. So you're able to do a work study there or do an internship throughout the Child Development Center as well. Here's some of the majors. Obviously, I brought up education. So we have an elementary education with a special education certificate. We offer criminal justice, educational studies, psychology, and social work. The School of Humanities. This kind of houses a whole bunch of different majors, which is really nice. Number one thing I want to point out is that we do offer study abroad. And I understand this year, everything's a little bit more challenging. So hopefully, fingers crossed, next year, when things hopefully calm down, we're able to get back into the study abroad program. Some of the places that we have studied would have been Africa, Italy, China, Florence, Rome. So there's a bunch of different opportunities, and which is really kind of neat is that you earn college credits. You're going with a group of people, which sometimes kind of takes the edge off. If you're going by yourself, you might be a little bit nervous. But if you're going with a group of people, it makes it a little bit more funner. Typically, the experiences are anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks, and you're able to use financial aid to pay for that. So that's good. We have a couple different journalism type things if you like to write. We have the Setonian, we have Narrative 4, Eye Contact, that's one of our literary magazines. So if you're a writer or a blogger or a vlogger, I guess, you can take part in one of these opportunities. And we also have a model United Nations team as well, and they go and they participate. Within the School of Humanities, here's some of the majors. We offer English, and we have 4 specializations. Another popular major seems to be Global Studies. We also offer pre-law, Spanish, history, and sociology. The School of Natural Health and Sciences, a whole bunch of different stuff that I want to talk to you about this. The picture on the left-hand side is the Boyle Health Center. And this is a brand new facility, brand new building that holds a lot of the clinical and research labs. We also have a cadaver lab too, if you're interested in the physician's assistant program. There's also classrooms and study areas within this building here too. Seton Hill, back in 2019, we started our first nursing program. So right now we have the undergrad and we're working on the graduate phase. So you could do the RN to MSN program. We have LECOM on our campus, the Lake Erie Osteopathic School of Medicine. So if you're looking to become a doctor of osteopathic medicine, we do have one of the campuses on our campus, which is really kind of neat. So we call it undergrad to med school. We have that option there if you're interested in that. We also have a cooperative agreement with Silas University. So if you're into optometry or audiology, we also have a forensic science program. It says they're the on-campus crime house, which is really kind of neat because when I was a student and I saw this building, I thought it was this creepy building and I was like, why would they keep this building on campus? It's really kind of scary. Well, the whole look of it is because it's set up to be a mock crime scene. So imagine walking into, I don't know, a murder scene or something like that. And there's different specimens, which students will learn how to gather and investigate and test those in the lab. So it's really neat. We also offer 7 different science clubs too. Here's some of the majors within the School of Natural and Health Sciences. I already brought up all audiology, but the bios and the chemistries, the cybersecurity, that's a really good one too. That's a story for another time about how to kind of break into finding your PIN number or your password. That's a really interesting class. We also offer, and I brought it before, forensic science. We offer exercise science, mathematics, nutrition and dietetics, physician's assistant, and pharmacy. Within the School of Visual Performing Arts, this is one of my favorite because these are my 2 favorite buildings. If you look at the picture in the middle, that's our Visual Arts Center. And within that, that offers sculpture, graphic design, metalsmithing, drawing classes, clay classes, photography. We got a whole bunch of different classes there. We also have 3 exhibitions spaces, and we have an art yard as well. So students really like that. We have a student-run gallery, and we also have dance and performance spaces within that. And again, I'm referencing the building right in the middle. On the right-hand side, that is our Performing Arts Center. And this has 2 professional performance spaces. It has classrooms, studios, costume spaces, a whole bunch of stuff. It's such a beautiful building. We are an all Steinway school too. So whether you're practicing or you're performing at a concert, you're going to be a Steinway piano, which is really nice. And also we have a community arts program, which I think is really cool because Seton Hill, we really want to kind of get the community involved. So students in and around the area are able to come and take different type of classes, whether that's dance classes or flute lessons or violin lessons or something like that. Here's some of our majors within the School of Visual and Performing Arts. We offer art therapy and music therapy. Those are very popular. We also offer dance therapy too. There's a specialization in that. If you are looking for a BFA, if you're looking to do theater performance, commercial music, if you're looking to do studio art, art education, we have a whole bunch of art majors. Earning a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in less time and for less money. This is our fast forward program, which is really kind of nice. Basically, for any student that has an undergraduate major that they've picked, you're able to tack on an extra year's worth of graduate work. So you're earning your undergrad and your grad within a 5-year time program. And here's some of the majors here: the physician's assistant, education, and really a lot of students do. You might be a business major looking to tack on for an MBA. So we have a whole bunch of different options there. Really kind of neat because when you're a senior in your undergrad, you start taking graduate level classes. So you're saving a little bit more money, which is nice, like saving money. Living on campus, we have 8 residence halls, and a common question that we get from students is, what does the residence hall look like? So we have 2 different types of options. We have the freshman residence hall, which is typically 2 people in a room, the same thing, the bed and the closets and the desks and so forth, shared restroom facility. So that's option 1. And then option 2, when you become an upperclassman, which is in your sophomore year, you have the suite style. So there's a 4-person or 6-person suite. So essentially you have your kind of living room space there, you have a restroom, and then there's the additional bedrooms around. So there might be a single bedroom, it might be a double or a triple, kind of all depends on the room. So those are really nice as well. We offer a fitness center on campus. We have a 44,000 square foot gym facility, and within that it has an aerobic center and fitness center. So if you're into yoga or Zumba, self-defense courses, spinning classes, something like that, you can take. We also have a full-size basketball and volleyball court. We have weightlifting facilities. So if you want to kind of get your lifting weights on. We have an indoor running track, which is really nice in the winter too, because kind of when we all get stuck in the house and you just want to go out and take a walk or run and it's too cold, we have the indoor track, which is super nice because it has all these windows surrounding it. We have 2 intramural courts and 2 batting cages too. So that's really nice. I already brought up before that we are a tech-friendly campus. Barnes & Noble is our bookstore provider, so which is really neat. You can use gift cards. So a lot of times with students, your parents or your grandparents or your friends don't know what to get you, and they can get you Barnes & Noble gift cards. That way you can go get a sweatshirt or a tassel cap or buy your textbooks, whatever have you. We have 4 dining locations on campus. We have low dining hall, and that's kind of like a family atmosphere where you have a whole bunch of different options. So when you kind of walk in the servery, you may look to the right where you have all of the dessert. We do have a baker on campus, so tons of different bakery items and ice cream. We have the full hot line, which rotates food. So it might be like a roast beef sandwich with mashed potatoes and peas one day, or another day it might be roasted potatoes and green beans or something. There's always something rotated on there. We have a full salad bar, which has some of the toppings I've never heard of before, which is really kind of neat. I've tried different vegetables and fruits to go on my salad. We also have different type of actual salads, like chicken salads and vegetable salads, kind of different things like that you can check out. There is a grill there, so if you're looking for a hamburger or a hot dog or a burger, always French fries sitting there, of course. And we also have a pizza area too, where there's a variety of pizzas. So a lot of times I just kind of help myself to a slice while I'm walking around checking out the dining hall. We also have a pasta area, fresh shoots every day, and a deli bar too, which is nice. We offer Griffin's Cove. That's kind of a different option for students. And it's kind of like a Sheetz or a Wawa where it's kind of made to order. So if you're looking to get some mozzarella sticks or a sandwich or something like that, that option might fit you. We also offer the Vibe Fresh Market. And this is kind of like a self grab and go option. So you see everything on the shelf. You're able to grab it, swipe your card, and be on your way. We also offer that cafe, and that's down at the Art Center. So this is going to be pre-made salads and sandwiches and drinks and Starbucks coffee down there. So there's some options too. We also have a fresh food like garden. It's a half-acre garden on campus, which I love because I love gardening. And I think it's so cool that we're able to use the land to grow vegetables, which then the vegetables are used in the dining hall, which is super kind of cool. We also have a raised herb garden as well. But a nice thing is that students are able to participate. So if you do have an interest in gardening and you want to go down and help plant or harvest and take care of the ground and everything, kind of keeping the deer out of there, definitely an interesting opportunity for you. A safe place to live and learn on campus. We have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week campus police. So we're keeping our students as safe as possible. I had mentioned before that we're located in Greensburg. So the Greensburg City Police is literally about 5 minutes away. And ironically, next to the City Police is the Pennsylvania State Troopers. So they oftentimes will just drive around campus. So it wouldn't be uncommon if you were kind of walking to your residence hall and you see a police officer driving by. They like to make a presence on campus. Excella Health, Westmoreland Hospital, that's about 5 minutes away. So if God forbid anything happened to you and you need to reach a hospital, it's about 5 minutes away. We also have a new Allegheny Health Network hospital too, and that's about 15 minutes away. So 2 hospitals within a very short range. We offer on-campus health, counseling, and disabilities as well. We have 2 nurse practitioners that can write any type of prescriptions, or you can have prescriptions refilled if you're not feeling good, if you're dizzy, your stomach hurts, whatever have you, you're able to go. It's up on the 5th floor, and they'll be able to kind of help you out and get you taken care of. We also have professional therapists on campus. And I think mental health is super important, especially when you're coming to a college where you might be leaving your hometown or leaving your mom and your dad and your animals and leaving your high school and your friends. And there can be a whole lot going on. So I like to mention that because students do kind of get caught up in their thoughts and they're trying to worry about how their classes are and they're missing their mom and dad. And it's just a whole lot. So I always encourage students to take advantage of that as well. You can meet with a therapist. We also have disability services. So they're able to assist with any student that has some type of disability. And whether that might be a service animal, perhaps. Got a lot of service animals and emotional support animals as well. You might need help with note taking in class. Maybe you need extended test taking time, or if you have an IEP, once again, the Disability Services Office will be able to help. Things to do on and off the Hill. We have over 50 different clubs and organizations, and let me hit you with a few here just to see if it kind of tickles your fancy. And I'm going to pick the interesting ones because we have the education club, we have the biology club, we have the business club. You kind of get those, student government and so forth. We have a Disney club for those of us, and I'm one of them, that's a Disney fanatic. So if that is you, you could join. If you have danced your entire life, and maybe you're not majoring in dance, but you've always had an interest, you're able to do the step club or the dance club, which is really kind of cool. I brought up Hogsworth, I think, 3 times. Obviously, we have a Hogsworth club. We have a nature club too for students that are really interested in getting outside and planting trees and taking care of plants and so forth. We have a student athletic club. We have a conspiracy club as well. And that is such an awesome club too, where these students get together and they discuss all different types of conspiracies. It gets very heated. And I just love it because they're so passionate. If one of these clubs that I've mentioned, maybe you have an idea of your own and you want to start a club, that's very easy to do too. Because oftentimes if you think something's cool and interesting, another student's going to feel the same. And before you know it, you have a whole group of people that want to participate in the same group, which is really nice. I brought up study abroad before, don't want to talk about that again. I do want to bring up the Mediasphere Gaming Lab. Now, I'm not a gamer myself, but I understand that there's a whole lot of students that like to do video games. So we have a whole bunch of different systems on campus. And again, I'm not very good with them. I could bring up Nintendo Switch, and that's probably the only one I know besides PlayStation and everything else that they've got there. And they also have tons of new games too. So if you're looking to perhaps do your gaming, but maybe you don't want to bring your system with you or whatever. Maybe mom says, leave it at home. Just know that you can meet in the gaming lab, and they've got these speakers all around, and it's so loud and everyone's laughing and playing games, and it's really kind of cool. So just know that that's there. We also offer intramurals and recreational sports. So intramurals is when you want to get together with a group of students and have fun and doing different type of athletic activities or games, but you don't want to do it for like a living or for a commitment on a team or something like that. So some options we have are flag football, basketball, I brought up Quidditch before, ultimate frisbee, table tennis, and cornhole. So those are some fun things to do. I mentioned before in Greensburg, in and around the area, we have a whole bunch of stuff to do. There are a whole bunch of local independent run restaurants, which are really kind of nice, and coffee shops as well. And then I told you guys before about the Chick-fil-A and the Five Guys and so forth. Pittsburgh, 35 minutes away or 35 miles away, which equals just about a little bit under an hour. And if you're not into the Pittsburgh scene, maybe the Pittsburgh Pirates or, the Three Rivers or the Incline or something like that, maybe you're not interested. The Laurel Highlands is less than an hour away as well. And that's hiking and biking and whitewater rafting. And it's just some of the most beautiful air that I love breathing in, and just getting on a trail and hiking up a mountain. It's just wonderful. Athletics. We have 21 athletic teams. So some of the male sports we have is football, baseball, lacrosse, track and field, wrestling. Some of the female teams, we have softball, field hockey, lacrosse, track and field as well. There's tennis, there's cheerleading. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. We are a Division II school within the PSAC division, and kind of right in the middle of the screen there, you see Griff. Griff is our mascot here. So if you are interested, if you're a student athlete and you're interested in being recruiting, you'll have to let me know and I'll get you connected with a coach. Mission and service, something really kind of nice here. I mentioned before that we are a Catholic university and that you don't have to be Catholic to go here. That's important. You have to take 2 religion courses, and those are kind of up to you. One's called Faith, Religion, and Society, which really kind of looks at all different faiths, not just Catholicism, but all different faiths and kind of how it comes together in the world. It's a really interesting course. And the second one's going to be up to you. Some other things too, I mentioned you don't have to be Catholic to go here, but maybe perhaps you still want to practice, your religion. So we can get you connected with a church or a synagogue or, you know what I mean, a location within Greensburg here that you can continue practicing your faith. We have a campus ministry office, and they offer a whole bunch of faith-based activities, which is really nice. They also help with the student service opportunities for volunteering, which is really nice. So we have 2 days on campus that they're campus-wide days. They're called Labor of Love and Take on the Day. So really that's kind of everybody just volunteering. And that could be within the city of Greensburg, working at the St. Vincent de Paul, like sorting through clothes or something. It could be up at Caritas Christi, where you might be painting a swing or kind of help cutting the grass. You kind of get what I'm saying, some volunteer opportunities. But maybe just those 2 days aren't enough for you. Maybe you really want to get involved and kind of help the community. So we have different local food banks throughout Greensburg too that you can volunteer on a Saturday morning and hand food or help sort through food. The Salvation Army's down the road, they're always needing assistance. Feeding the Spirit, which is a soup kitchen offered through a local church, just a 5-minute walk down the hill. And every Thursday they offer a hot meal to anybody that needs it. So you might be there serving the food. And I've gone a couple times and I just was a talker. Just sometimes people want to be heard and want to be talked to and with. And so some opportunities. We also offer during spring break, when it's not COVID related, we offer Habitat for Humanity. So maybe instead of taking a break to, I don't know, Florida or something like that with your family, maybe you want to go and volunteer and build a house. So that's really kind of cool too. General admissions, an application is the first step and it's free. Again, I love free things, so a free application gets a thumbs up from me. We would also need your high school transcripts, and we would need your test scores, either your SAT and ACT, and I'll kind of bring up about test optional in a moment. Additional items, if you want to submit a 200-word on why you would like to attend Seton Hill, and it's not a requirement, but if you would like to, we would love to read it, or a letter from a teacher or guidance counselor. Those are always welcome too. We get so many great students, and we have so many people that love those students, and they just want to write letters of recommendation, and so we're happy to take those. Now, I did bring up test optional because a lot of our students here are struggling this year. Being able to take the SAT and ACT have been a challenge. A lot of times these tests have been canceled and students kind of are like, I don't know what to do. So we offer a test optional. So what that means is that you would complete that free application. We talked about that, step number 1, your high school transcripts. But instead of the SAT or ACT, we're going to do 2 different things. The first one's going to be a required letter of recommendation from a teacher or guidance counselor. So before I had mentioned it was optional. This is now, if you're doing test optional, it's going to be required. And then the same thing as before, the essay that I brought up, this is going to be required for test optional students, a minimum of 200 words. And there's 2 different options: who you are as a student, what college means for you. And the second one is what are you passionate about and how that ties into your goals. So I think those are really easy. And a lot of times, you know, students like to talk about their goals and stuff from their past and kind of how they're working towards their future. Some of the costs, we are a private university. So a lot of times whenever students and parents hear private, they think dollar signs kind of flashing, you know, kind of in their eyes. And we're pointing out here just some of the universities that we're compared with. A lot of times students will say to us, hey, I'm going to go to a state school because it's cheaper. Well, one thing to kind of consider is that with private schools, there's a whole lot of scholarships involved. We have academic scholarships, we have athletic scholarships, we have service-based scholarships, we have different need-based scholarships. We got a whole bunch. So the idea is to make us as affordable as possible. So you can kind of see here with some of those numbers that, you know, down at the bottom, Seton Hill, after all the scholarships are done, sometimes we ended up being cheaper than other schools. So that's kind of really nice too. And just to note, 99% of our students receive some type of financial aid. Here's our scholarship grid. So a lot of times with students, they want to know, okay, Allie, you're talking about money. How can I save money? What are we talking here? So here's our scholarship grid. It ranges from anywhere from 17,000 to 21. And you can also see here that this kind of comes into play with the SAT and ACT. So just know we have a completely different one. So if you're going test optional, it doesn't mean you're going to lose any money or anything like that. But looking here, say, for example, you're a 3.5 student and you took the ACT and you got a 22, you'd be at the 19,000 at Mary Schmidt scholarship. Interesting is that our scholarships are renewable for all 4 years, and there isn't a grade point average stipulation, meaning that if you were to come to Seton Hill, we're not going to tell you, hey, you got to have a 3.0, and if you go below a 3.0, we're going to take your scholarship. It's not like that. So once again, you can kind of see the ranges here, and this is just the academic component. This isn't anything else, those other scholarships that I was talking to you about. Applying to Seton Hill, setonhill.edu/apply, and it's free. Mentioned before that we love free things, and the FAFSA. And the FAFSA stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, which is a whole bunch of big words and a big acronym. And a lot of students go, I don't even know what this is. It's something about getting free money. Well, you'll be matched up with an admissions counselor like myself or one of my wonderful colleagues, and we'll be able to walk you through the process. We take a very personal approach. So when it comes to the FAFSA, we'll be able to help you out. Some common questions that we have. Can I bring a car to campus? Absolutely. As long as mom and dad say it's okay, absolutely, you can bring a car to campus. Do you have to live on campus? That's a great question. It all depends where you live. So if you're within the Greensburg area, which we're in Ohio, so that's unlikely. So you're going to kind of be outside that 50-mile radius. So you would be required to live on campus up until your junior year. In your junior year, that's kind of where we're in that kind of, should you, shouldn't you? So that's going to be kind of a personal conversation. But by the senior year, students are able to move off campus, whether that's an apartment or whatever have you. Do I have to declare a major right away? No. I get this from so many students because a lot of students don't know what they want to do. I was one of those students. I had no idea. Like, I changed my mind in college 3 times. I started off as an education major, realized very quickly that I did not want to teach, moved into journalism because I love to write. And that was great too, but it just kind of didn't seem to fit me. And then that's when I kind of moved in as a communication major. And as my daughter likes to say, it's because I talk too much. I just talk too much. But once again, that's kind of where my comfort is. But changing my mind 3 times, if I didn't have an academic advisor to kind of walk through and realize, okay, Allie, what are you good at? What are you not good at? So again, you don't have to have a major coming into Seton Hill. That's absolutely fine. We'll help you out. Thank you for visiting me today. I wanted to leave my name, which is Allison. Again, everyone calls me Allie. I'm a regional recruiter here in Ohio. My email address is there and my phone number too. So if any students have any questions or concerns or anything like that, I'm happy to help. And at this point, I'm just going to double check, make sure that I don't have any questions, which it looks like I don't. Terrific. So I just wanted to once again thank everybody for your time and being here, and I just appreciate it so much. So I thank you so much.
Allie, thank you so much. It was great speaking with you earlier, and I hope that students will definitely check out your video for Seton Hill. I hope everyone stays well and enjoys their senior year or junior year, whichever. And the Ohio Association of College Admission Counselors thanks you so much for attending one of our college fair sessions. Please know there are plenty of other sessions you can attend. They are all based at oacac.org, and you can sign up for those sessions there, as you may have found this one. Again, we wish you a happy senior year and healthy, and we thank Allie and you for attending.
Thank you so much. You have a great day. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.